This conference will now be recorded.
Before starting the lecture, I praise the Lord Ganpati and Dhanvantari. So before, so we will start with Rakta Dhatu. So Rakta Moksha is concerned with Rakta Dhatu. So Rakta Dhatu in our body, it is among the seven Dhatus. So this is the second Dhatu, Rakta Dhatu. First is Rasa Dhatu and then Rakta Dhatu, after that Mausa Dhatu. So after getting Ahar Ras, it becomes Rasa and Rasa Dhatu. So Rakta Dhatu is among three Drava Dhatus which circulate all over the body. Rakta Dhatu is one of the. Second is Rasa Dhatu and third is Shukra Dhatu. It is all over the body. Rakta Upadhatu is Kandara and Sira. So whenever there is a disorder of Sira and concerned with Kandara, we will think of Dushta Rakta and we can go for Rakta Mukta. Its Rakta Praman is 8 Anjali, but according to Sushrut, Sotasya Pramanam Vaktum na Sakyate. So appropriate amount of Rakta we cannot say according to Sushrutacharya. Rakta's mal is Pitta and Rakta is among the Dasa Pranayatana. So Rakta Dhatu's Panchamahabhutatva, it is said by Sushrutacharya. So it has properties which correlate with Mahabhuta. Visra Gandha is correlated with Prithvaj Mahabhut. Its Dravata is concerned with Jala Mahabhut. Its color is concerned with Tej Mahabhut. Pandan is concerned with Vayu and Laguta is concerned with Akash Mahabhut. So when we talk about Rakta is Dhatu or a dose, so Sushrutacharya or Ashtanga they stated that some acharyas say that Rakta may be considered as dose. The reason is hidden between the properties of Rakta. So proper Prakrutistha, normal Rakta is neither Ushna nor Shita. It is said as Anushna Shita, means Samashitoshna. So it is neither Ushna or nor Shita. So it can be vitiated, proper Rakta can be vitiated either by Vata or Pitta. If Shit guna is dominated by Vata, then it will decontaminate Rakta, or by Ushna properties of Pitta, it can contaminate Rakta. It is also known as, it is also Saumen Agni. I am talking about Prakrutistha Rakta, not about Dushit. It is Madhura Rasatmak, one. It is Snigdha and Dev. Whenever we do Rakta Mokshan, we we remove Rakta from the body. So as we remove the Rakta from the body, it will be less the Snigdha Gun of Rakta and Guru Gun of Rakta. It is a Chalagunatmak or Sambhat. It looks like a blood of rabbit or Indragop or Gunjafal or Padmalak. Dhautam Virajyamana means it gets on the cloth and we just wash it. So normal Rakta won't do any staining. The importance of Rakta is whether Dhatu or Dosha. So Pitta Chaya Kopa Upasamanam Karanam is Rakta. So if Rakta is contaminated, it will contaminate Pitta also. If we clear the Rakta, if we remove the contaminated blood, it will upasham Pitta also. Its second importance is Dhatunam Shaya Vruddhi Shonita Nimitte. So Shay and Vruddhi is of other Dhatu, it depends Rakdam Pittavat means the causes of contaminated Pitta is same like a Rakta. So Rakta and Pitta is very much similar. Rakta is also called as a Shataja. Shataja means Satat Jayate Bahid Niryati Iti Shatajam. If you get any trauma, the first thing which comes out is a blood. So Rakta. So it is called as a Shatajam. Its स्थान is यकृत प्लीहा रक्तवह धमनिया रक्तवह शिरा रक्तवाहिनी होकर रक्तधरा कला. This is the second kala which is under Mount Dhara kala. And Sushrutaracharya told as Rakta. रक्त दूसरी चिकित्सा is उपवास लंघन विरेचन रक्तपित्त चिकित्सा and रक्तमुक्ष. Here we are concerned with रक्तमुक्ष. So some comes under Panchakarma. Some acharyas not conclude Raktamokshan in the Panchakarma, rather than they consider Bhasti two types, Anuvasan Bhasti and Niruha Bhasti. So normally hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you are audible now. You can
Okay.
continue.
Shall I start from the beginning or hello?
Like ketchup.
Shall I resume or start from the beginning?
You can resume, sir. Resume.
Okay. So the Panchakarma, some says that it is a five karma, that is Vaman, Virechan, Bhasti, Nastya and Raktamokshan. When there is a Koshtagata Vyadhi, normally we, for Vaman and Virechan, we do Snehapan. Snehapan does all the dosha into the Koshtha. If dosha is Urdhva Koshtha, then we eliminate dosha from the Vaman. And if it is in Adho Koshtha, then we remove the dose, Dusit dose by Virechan. Bhasti is the third important Panchakarma where we can do Saman also, Shodhan also, and Bruhan also. Then fourth is Nasya. It is for Jatrurdhva Vyadhi, means diseases related to head and Manya. And fifth one is Raktamokshan, whenever dosa is contaminated with Dhatu, means Shakha. Here Shakha means not hand and leg. It is concerned with Dhatu means Raktadaya Dhatava. Rakta mounts Adi Dhatu, where the contaminated dose is there, we can remove that Rakta by the procedure of Raktamokshan. So Raktamokshan is a surgical procedure of allowing the blood to bleed by different techniques for therapeutic purposes is known as Raktamoksha. There are different techniques that we remove the blood from the body of the human is known as Raktamoksha. So some Siddhantas are there. So one of the Siddhanta is Shatupakram of Chikitsa, that is Snehan, Rukshan, Swedan, Samban, Bruhan and Langhan. Raktamoksha comes under it. So you saw that the Snigdha Gunatmak Rakta is there. So we remove the blood, so it will cause Rukshan. So Raktamoksha comes under Rukshan. Third and fourth is Swedan and Stambhan. So we remove the blood. So if we remove the excess blood, it will cause sweating. So it comes under Swedan. And fifth and sixth one is Bruhan and Langhan. It causes Langhan. So out of these six upakramas, by Raktamokshan we achieve Rukshan, Swedan and Langhan. Indication of Raktamokshan, we all know the diseases related to blood or pitta, Rakta or pitta. Those are Yakrut Rog, Viha Rog, Vata Rakta, Visarpa, Klipad, Granthi, Arbut, Kushta, Sudra Rog. In normal practice, we see many patients of Vata Rakta, Visarpa, Kushta, Sudra Rog. Another is related with ophthalmology and ENT. Those are Krimidanta, Dantavishta, Asyapat, means Mukhapat, Kushta Rog, Jiva Kantak, Galashaluk, Charanapari Rog and Rastadi. The types of Raktamoksha, we have to choose which type, by which method we are removing the blood. So mainly it is two types. First is Shastrakut, where we use the Shastra and we remove the blood. Rakta. Shastrakut has two subtypes. First one is Tiravet and second one is Prasthan. So most of you know the Tiravet means venesection, but second one Prasthan is not very much popular, but it is simple procedure. If you know, if you learn the procedure, definitely you will do Prasthan. Second type is Anushastra. It has subtypes. Shrunga means horn. Second is Jyoka, which is very well known. Third is Alabu. Then Ghati is told by Vaghvatacharya and Vigharshan also. Vigharshan is not commonly practiced right now, but normally it is documented in Pitta Jiva Kantak, where through different leaves we just do the scraping. So it removes the blood, but not in major quantity, minor quantity. That is told by Vagbhatacharya. Shrunga, when blood is vitiated by Vata, Jaloka, when blood is vitiated by Pitta, and Alabi, when blood is vitiated by Kapha, we remove the blood by this process. I think I am still well audible. So when we should use these, so superficial Rakta dose is there, means Ekadeshastra or Pindita, then we have to do Prachana. If it is slightly deeper or Grasita Rakta is there, we can go for Jalauka. Gambhir dosh Alabu, Atyanta Gambhir Sunga, and Sarvanga Dushit Rakta is there, then we will go for Tiravet. Normal Rakta Dushti Lakshanas are whenever there is a cessation of Rakta, you will see fast so for that we have to do Rakta Moksha. So if we go
Hello,
for
Datta sir.
Siravedam,
Hello,
hello,
hello, Datta sir. Sorry to interrupt you. Hello,
sir,
hello.
yes,
हा
I
सर,
can hear you,
थोडं
sir.
माईक तुमचा माईक थोडा तोंडाजवळ घेऊन बोला ना, कारण की खूप लो साऊंड जातोय आणि चॅट मध्ये कंटिन्यूस मेसेज येत आहेत.
Okay, okay.
साऊंड येतोय पण खूप स्लो आहे, तर थोडा माईक जवळ घेतला ना तर आवाज येऊ शकतो. किंवा डायरेक्ट इयरफोन काढून तरी तुम्ही बोललात तरी चालेल.
चालेल, ठीक आहे. हॅलो,
हा सर, आता आता ऑडिबल, आता येतोय आवाज.
okay, okay. So if we go for Siravedhan, so it is one of the type of Vedan karma told by Sushrutacharya. So whenever there is a Sarvanga Dushta Rakta, we go for Siravedhan. If it is related to Yakruta, then Dakshin Kurpar Siravedhan we will do. If it is Kliha related, then Vama Kurpar Siravedhan. Normally, before Siravedhan, 3 days prior, we give Snehapan, Abhyantar Snehapan in fixed amount. There is no need of increasing order. So according to diseases, you can decide the oil, which grita you have to go for. If it is Kushta, then you have to be specific with either Tikta Grut, Panchatikta Grut, Mahatikta Grut. So according to diseases, you have to consider for Abhyantar Snehapan. Normally, I give 30 ml or 40 ml or 50 ml according to again. For 3 days, I give 50 ml blood, 50 ml Gruta for consuming at the start of the morning. So after brushing, you have to take 50 ml Gruta, and after getting normal appetite, you can start your day as normal. So for 3 days, and on 4th day, you can have Siravet. So normal Siravet, you can perform between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. in daytime. You can perform it anytime, but I will suggest you to do Siravet between this time 10 to 2. Purva Karma is said as Abhyantar Snehapan is needed. Also Abhyanga and Svedan is also needed. So if you go for Siravedan, Siravet removes the vitiated blood all over the body. So if you perform all over Abhyanga and Svedan, it will be very well done. Before Siravedan, you should give Yavagu Pan, and proper tourniquet should be there. Paschat Karma is proper dressing and Nirvat Sevan. I don't think so that you need a or photo or video of Siravedan. I have all videos of the all procedures that we will see in the end. But probable complication after Siravedan is normally we see the complications are fainting, excessive sweating, feeble pulse, hypotension, hypoglycemia, and hypothermia. The treatment is very much simple. Just give head low position to the patient. Proper ventilation. If you have AC or fan, just do it. Proper ventilation is needed. Not too much of gathering of other persons. Correction of temperature, pulse, respiration, and blood pressure, and correction of fluid, sugar, and electrolytes. So you should know the history of patient is either hypertensive, hypotensive, diabetic, or any electrolyte imbalance is there or not. So, and then you can go further. So here is one pic of Siravedan. So you can see the date. It is 25th of April 2011. A time is very much important, 12:32. Very much
A patient is sitting, tourniquet is applied just above the site of venesection. Vein is used, and you can see the blood. For more details, next picture, you can see the 12:31 time. Blood is coming out, but the main thing is blood is not as normally we see. Some liquid part is there, one solid part is there. So this is because of, if you go for Snehapan, you will see this like picture. So this quality of Siravedan is needed. Hence, Abhyantar Snehapan as a Purva Karma is needed in Siravedan. Various diseases, according to various diseases, the site of venesection is differ. It is said in Ashtang Hruday also, in Sushrut also, Sushrut Samhita also, Ashtang Sangra and Ashtang Hruday is mainly. So whenever there is a disease related to Chippa, Pada Daha, Pada Shula, or you can say Vat Rakta, the site of venesection is just, there is a marma, Shipra marma called, just above 2 angul Shipra marma. Shipra marma is located both as well as in hand as well as in leg. So just 2 angul above the Shipra marma, which you can see in this picture, you can venesection. So whenever there is a complaints of Chippa, Pada Daha, Pada Harsha, Pada Shula, Vata Kantaka. So Vata Kantak you can correlate as a calcaneum spur, and Vata Rakta, the rate of blood letting is this 2 angul above the Kshipra marma. This is another picture. Whenever there is a Siraved in varicose veins, very much important thing is patient should stand. In varicose veins, you cannot sleep, make patient sleep. So you have to stand, make stand patient, and just you can sit, and you can do the venesection, you can do the Siravedan. You have to keep eye on the part of where you do venesection, and second, your eye must be on the site of your kidney tray. You can take assistance. So in varicose veins, very much important point is, in varicose veins there are a lot of areas where if you do the venesection, lot of blood will be collected. So we have to neglect this part. We don't have to, when is there is a fragmented or elevated part, we don't go for Siravedan. Siravedan must be affected parts just above the venesection you have to perform. If you puncture the inappropriate, then there will be more problems, more bleeding will be there. There will be problem in dressing also. So maximum amount of blood at the one time you can witness, one means 13 after that will be around 550 ml. Contraindications you have to consider. Sneha Pitta means just who have consumed Sneha, directly you go for Siraved, it is not indicated. Yavagu Pan is indicated just before Siravedan. So someone has performed Panchakarma, means who has taken Virechan, Vaman, or Niroha Basti, either Niroha Basti or Anuvasan Basti. Just after that you cannot perform Rakta Mokshan, because Raktam Jiva iti sthiti. After performing major Panchakarma, the Agni is not very much good condition, and Siraved works as a, it removes the blood. So after Immediately after Panchakarma, you don't go for Siraved. It is contraindicated in Garbhini, Sutika, Ajirni, Kamala below 16 years and after 70 years. You should not go for Siravedan because of the Bala. Contraindication for Siraved is Abhighat, Atisruta Rakta, Adushta Rakta. If blood is not Dushit, so you don't go for Siravedan. Atisnigdha, Asvinna means without going for sweat, or Atisvinna, excessive sweating, excessive sudation, you don't go for Siravedan. Akshepaka and Pakshaghat. The importance is, as I said in first slide, that whenever there is a disease related to Sira and Kandara, you can go for Rakta Mokshan. But this is two diseases are exception, which is Abhighat means trauma, means you can correlate as a Bhagna, and in Pakshaghat you should not do bloodletting. Another contraindication, Atisar, Chardi, Shwas, Kas, Udar, Arsha, Pandurok, and Sarvangosho. Arsha, this point, some says you can go for Siraved, but in Arsha, you can go for Jaloka Ucharan rather for Siraved. Pandurok, the reason is very much common. And Sarvanga Shof, you don't go for Siravedan. If Ekanga Shot, and if it is new, Shof is there, then you can go for Siravedan or Jaloka Ucharan. But it is Sarvanga Shof, don't go for Siravedan. So it is Siravedan, it removes only contaminated blood. So Ashtang Sangraha has given the Upama like Agres Sravati Dushtagram Kusumba Diva Pitika. So if you pluck the flower of Kusumba, then first yellow liquid will come out. Same like Siravedan, do venesection, first contaminated blood will come out. So this is very much important. Then second part of Shastra Rakta Mokshan is Prachana. Affected area of body scraped with a sharp instrument. The Prachan, your cut should be Ruju, Nati Uttana, Nati Gambhira, means not too much superficial, not too deep, and not too close to each other. And you should avoid the Prachan, means cut, nearby Marma, Sira, Snayu, and Sandhi. At the end, we will go the videos of Prachan also. So other second important Rakta Mokshan type is Anushastra, which is Alabu, Shrunga, Jaloka, and Ghati. So cupping is the procedure where we can see for Rakta Mokshan. So there are, here you can see the two types. First is dry cupping, second is wet cupping. So normally in Olympics we see the swimmers, normally they have design on their back as they cannot consume the painkillers, so they go for dry cupping. So in dry cupping there is a specific cup is there, and we generate the vacuum. So you can see in picture dry cupping is there. Here in Rakta Mokshan we do wet cupping, means first we do Prachan Karma, and we after that we place the cup on it and we generate the vacuum. So because of vacuum the blood comes out and it stays within the cup. So wet cupping we can correlate with Alabu or Ghati Yantra. So this is the picture of wet cupping, skin disease, and we have done a wet cupping procedure. In wet cupping there are two, we have seen the picture dry cupping and wet cupping. So in dry cupping no Prachan and no bloodletting. So in bloodletting prior Prachan is done, blood is drained due to vacuum created by specialized cup. it resembles like Alabu and Ghati, and Rakta Mokshan is achieved. So we are here considered very much with wet cupping. Shrunga method is another method when there is a blood is contaminated by Vata. So right now in this modern era, we perform it by syringe. In this type, we can achieve the method of Shrunga. So here, Shrunga, 5 ml, 10 ml or 20 ml syringe we can take. We have to take one needle also. So syringe has two parts. So first part we have to just make it blunt. We have to cut first part where we keep the needle. So we cut that part, we make it blunt. After keeping on the body part, vacuum is generated by the help of piston, and vacuum is maintained by the positioning of needle into piston. So method is very much simple here, which you can see in picture. So now we will go to Jalauka Ucharan. So before going to visit to any patient, you should have these things as you can see on your picture. So you have to be prepared with these things before going to visit, or if any patient is coming to your clinic. You should have things with you. Purva Karma. So to make Jalauka proper, so you can deep Jalauka in Haridra and Sarshap Talka. Normally we do Haridra, and another is you can keep Jalauka in Kanji or Takra. So Jalauka removes its Malamutra, so it is more affinated toward blood. So you have to be specified if Jalauka is Sudhit or not. As Jalauka removes its stool, in this picture you can also see the stool that is brownish green. So after evacuating its stool and urine, Jalauka is very much eager towards the Rakta Mokshan. Pradhan Karma, if leeches is not pricking, then apply Dugdha, Grita, Navanita, either blood drop, or you can simple puncture. You can do Prachan. Paschat Karma is for Jalauka, you should apply oil and lavan on the mouth of Jalauka and keep it in rice powder. Normally on our body, after Jalauka Ucharan, we keep Haridra on our body part. So normally in Jalauka Ucharan, these are some pictures of patients. There is a history of trauma over the knee joint. So we applied the leech. So whichever Avagadit Rakta was there was removed by the leech. Some patient has repeated abscess. This patient is of 10th standard. So his normal routine was not very much healthy. So he has intensity of getting repeated abscesses, repeated Vidradi. So with the help of oral medicines, you can perform Jalauka also. This is the post-op complication where we applied leech. Patient has operated for right eye. As you can see, there is something growth is there on right eye, and patient came to us with the signs and symptoms of redness and swelling. So we applied Jalauka over there, and then during Jalauka Ucharan, patient gave history that patient has operated for inner canthus. So surgeon has taken not on inner canthus, but it was simple thread. So patient did not go there to remove that simple thread, not, and this such complication was happened. Leech you can apply in Padadaha just 2 angul above the Kshipra marma. So after and during leech procedure, at the place of dansha, if you patient says after application of Jaloka, if patient says that Toda or Kandu is there, then you have to think that the leech is Savisha. It is not medicated leech, so you have to remove that leech as soon as possible. Various diseases, this patient is a ward boy or attendant in surgery, so he has to wear the gloves, and he has allergy towards that powder, whichever is gloves. So in leech in allergic eczema, which is occupation related, we can apply leech. We can apply leech on Shvitra. Some non-healing, non-diabetic wound, you can apply the leech. If unknown bite is there, you can perform the leech procedure. This is patient where patient gave the history that he traveled from Mumbai to Pune, and after 2 days coming after from Pune, he got such a thing that he also don't understand or he don't remember that who has bite on his hand. So after 2 days he got such thing that various pain was there and lot of Kandu and Daha was there. So immediately we performed the leech procedure. So this is the more clear picture we can see. And the main observation is that the amount of blood, the quality of blood, the color of blood is very much bright red is color, like a sindur color. And leeches, whichever we applied, it got dead. So we don't know which bite was there to that patient. But in such a case of unknown bite, and in case of Visarpa, if you apply Jaloka, after it sucks the blood, the leeches died. So after leech procedure, same patient, you can see the relief. One of the patient, age 70 plus, got nipple tenderness. The patient was very much rich, so he had many investigations that either it is cancer or not, but all reports were negative. So his patient's complaint was just tenderness. So we applied a leech and no oral medications were given. After applying leech, after 2 weeks, he got relief from that tenderness. But here, leech was applied more than 3 hours. So in picture, you can see the timing. So it was more than 3 hours. In Dantakrimi also, you can perform the leech procedure. It is very much simple, nothing to hesitate in that. So in Dantakrimi, you can apply leech. In emergency conditions also, you can apply the leech. This is a case where patient arrived. The patient was in IPD of where the patient was not able to close her eyes. There was difficulty in closing and opening the eyelids. In here picture, you can see that leeches is applied just parallel to her outer side of eyes. On both sides, we have applied leeches. So there was Bell's palsy, starting of that Bell's palsy, and we applied the leeches. A recurrent occurring of foot abscess you can apply on the site of Vidradi. Same patient, one leech is removed, and after removing the blood, after removing of leech, you can see the wound, and after healing the wound. So observation is Jaloka it doesn't like hairs. So before procedure, you should shave the hairs, and not immediately shaving you can perform leech, as leech is very much sensitive to any chemicals or any soap or any liquid. So you shave 1 day prior, and after 1 day go for leech procedure. A skin surface should not be too warm, means the hello. In one demonstration, there was demonstration of Panchakarma. So where leech was not getting in touch with the patient, as there was very much high quality of lights was focused on the patient. So your temperature should be warm or cooler than normal temperature. Then only skin will leech will be applied. Syringe method, you can go, but you should know the definite site of blood, contaminated blood. One Marathi word is there, that panakya. Panakya, the person who knows where to dig for to make a well. So in syringe method, you should know the definite site. Uh, in syringe method, removed piston should be there. Prior to leech procedure, Snehapan is not needed. Watch for Toda and Kandu. If after applying leech, if patient is getting observations like Toda, means Pida, Shot, leaching is there, you should remove that leech immediately. No chemicals before leech procedures. One upama is given for Jaloka Uttaran, like Yatacha Hansam Shirodakam Shiram Adatte Tadvat Utkishte Rakte Jaloka Pragdrushtam Asru. Means swan knows how to differentiate sheer and it will consume only sheer milk. It consume water. Same like Jaloka, it consumes only vitiated. It won't get normal. So normal ideal time for Raktamokshan is Sharad Rutu, means October heat. In Varsha Rutu, when there is an uncloudy sky. In Grishma Rutu, either morning or evening you can perform Raktamokshan. And in Hemant Rutu, midday should be on midday you should perform Raktamokshan. So what is the importance of Raktamokshan? So if you perform Raktamokshan, the same disease won't come again. So Punarudbhav is not done if you perform Raktamokshan. Some slides, videos are there where you can see some procedures. You won't get voice, but you can see the procedure. So this is a weight cupping. Before you should know where to perform prachan. You should know where to do cut. So first of all, take the site, just do dry cupping, then swab it either from spirit. Then we take scalp blade either of 11 number, 14 number, whichever, and then with skill hand you should perform prachan. Immediately after prachan, you create vacuum by placing the cup. So proper vacuum should be there. So it will be hold on proper side. There are various capacities of cup, 5 ml, 10 ml, 50 ml. You can get according to your choice. So after 5 to 10 minutes, you will have that scene. So this is cupping method, wet cupping method. So actual CeraVe, so ideally this should be the Ceravedan. If you do Ceravedan like that, the profuse amount you can have by this type of Ceravedan. In Visarpa, you can apply leech over contaminated part of skin. Can you see the picture? In Vatarakta also, you can apply the leeches. So in Vatarakta also, you can apply the leeches. You can apply leech on tongue also. It is very much easier that you can apply leech on tongue also. And after Jalokaucharan, you can simply apply the Haridra over it. So I'm thankful to all viewers that listen my lecture. If you have some questions, you can ask me. One question is that during cupping the blood coagulate, then what should we do? Actually, we have done that, but after certain time, blood okay. So this question is regarding post-op procedure. Whenever you do cupping, according to the capacity of cup, 5 ml, 10 ml, if you are gaining more blood out, definitely it will coagulate. There is nothing to worry when about blood coagulation. So you don't have to worry about the coagulation. So blood definitely will coagulate as time passes. What are the indications of dry cupping? As I said, there is a symptoms of Maunsagat Vat. There is a pain in muscles. You can go for dry cupping. During Siraved have experienced coagulation in scalp vein itself. No, no, no. Vein to Prachan during Siraved have experienced coagulation in scalp vein itself. It happens. It happens because it is depending on the volume of that lumen of that needle. So more thinner, more chances of coagulation. So if you take 18 number or 20 number needle, you won't get coagulation. So practically you should go for needle either 18 number or 20 number. If you go for 21, 23, 24 needle, definitely coagulate. Why Snehan is required and why to give it in fixed time? Okay. So this is the question regarding to it is related to Shakha. Shakha means what? Normally we give Snehapan in increasing order, minimum 3 days, maximum 7 days. What Snehan Abhyantara Snehan does, it gives vitiated dosh from Shakha to Koshtha. Here in Rakta Mokshan we perform Rakta Mokshan on Shakha itself. Shakha means on vitiated Rakta, on vitiated muscle part, means Mans Dhatu, Rakta Dhatu. So here we don't need that dosha should go in Koshtha. If doshas are in Koshtha, then our choices will be either Vaman or Virechan. But if the disease dosh is present in Shakha, means in Rakta and Mansa, you should perform Rakta Mokshan. Hence, fixed amount is given, either 30 ml or 40 ml for 3 days. Why Snehan is needed? Rakta Mokshan, as I had seen you, the picture of that Kusumba Pushpa, vitiated blood should come out first. Hence, Snehan should be given in Siraved. Small finger joints involved in Vatrakta, yes. So in Vatrakta, many there are tenderness and daha is there. The wherever daha is there, you can apply the Jaloka. In Vatrakta, specifically go Jaloka. In Vatrakta itself, it is said that it happens to Sukumar Rugna, Pitta Prakruti Rugna, Vat dominant. So for Jaloka Ucharan. Okay. In cupping, due to the limitation of time, I could not see this picture, video of that. But after getting cuff is getting full with the blood, simply hold kidney tray beneath it, cotton or gauze or gamgee around your cup and remove that cup. So all the cup and its contaminated blood will drop in that kidney tray. Simple procedures there. Just remove the one pin is there above that cup. If pin, we remove the pin, cup will be devacuated and all things will come out on kidney tray. Normally, the question is ringworm. Can also be used cupping or Rakta Mokshan? Normally, according to me, I don't go for Rakta Mokshan if there is a ringworm. The next question is, before going for Jaloka Ucharan, we have there is a textual method that you should go for Lavanjal or Kanji. What is the criteria? Okay. We have to purify the Jaloka. We have to make Jaloka devacuated its stool and urine. If Jaloka does it, if Jaloka removes its stool and urine, it getting more affinated towards blood. First thing you have to consider that blood is not food for Jaloka. Jaloka is affinated towards vitiated blood. Means, I can give you example. We are more affinated towards Chinese food. But Chinese food won't give you any nutrients. Same like that, Jaloka is more affinated towards vitiated blood. So if you put Jaloka in Lavan or Kanji, it removes its stool and urine, and it gets more affinated towards blood. How to take care of Jaloka till next Rakta Mokshan? You have to remove the whichever consume blood by Jaloka. You have to make sure that all blood should be taken off from Jaloka. Then Jaloka should be keep in another bottle, either of plastic or glass. Don't use that Jaloka for next 7 days. Keep on changing that plastic bottle or glass bottle for each 7 days. Okay. Whenever you the water where you are keeping that Jaloka, that water should not be high quantity of any chemical. रक्त मोक्षण कितने कितने दिनों में करे. Okay, you can do रक्त मोक्षण and same site after 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, or after 7 days you can perform रक्त मोक्षण, means Jaloka ucharan. For Siraved from cubital vein, which position should be given? Okay, straight hand patient can be sitting or lying, whichever. But according to diseases, if patient is coming from hurry, worry, better you make patient in lie position, because whenever patient comes in hurry, there are more chances of fainting, because you either as you do venesection, there are more chances of getting faint if patient is Sukumar or a patient is a Stree. So better you go for lying position, or for cuboidal you can make seat also. Snehan quantity will be same for 3 days. It should not be increased. You can make same quantity of Sneha for next 3 days, either 30 ml or 40 ml or 50 ml, but keep fixed amount for 3 days in the morning. You can. The next question is, below hairline superfungal infection, can it be performed? Yes, you should avoid the fungal infection site and you can go for it. Post Siraved is Snehan important? Okay, yes. After Siravedan, you can give Snehapan. I'm considering here Snehan means Snehapan. Abhyanta Snehan. You can perform as after doing Siravedan, dryness is there within the body. So you can perform after doing Siravedan, you can go for Snehan. In some texts, I think it is in Siravedan, in Dallantika, in Sushruta Samhita, it is said that in Vatvyadhi, Siravedan is considered. So why Siravedan in Vatvyadhi? Just to remove avran of Rakta, you should perform Siravedan in Vatvyadhi. Next question is, you told Sira Jaloka should be changing water and container. Is it should be add anything to that water only on plain water? In textual you can get references of dried mounds, you can add Jaloka, Shewad, you can add, but here in Mumbai you don't need to add food into it. If you are regularly using the Jaloka, there is no need of giving him a Jaloka food regularly. Your Jaloka should be regularly used, and normally Jaloka takes what we can say, whatever is needed from water only it takes. So there is no need, according to me, specifically add into that water. I think last question I have taken. So I think I should conclude my lecture if questions are finished. What will be the Jaloka food? Okay, Jaloka food is dried mounds is there written in the Sushruta Samhita or Vagbhat. Shewad is said. So in Sushruta Samhita and Ashtanga it is said that whatever you should give to Jaloka. So can we do Raktamokshan in cellulitis? Okay, it is not, if it is not gross cellulitis and bal of Rugna is very much good, then you go for Siraved. If it is localized cellulitis, then you can go for Jalokavcharan, but you should know the level of cellulitis. If it is higher cellulitis and Rugna bal is very much low, then don't go for Raktamokshan. Though the disease is suitable for Raktamokshan, but bal of Rugna is not suitable for Raktamokshan, you should not go for Raktamokshan. As I said, Raktam Jiva iti sthiti. Though disease is very much needed for Raktamokshan, but bal is not appropriate of Rugna, then you should not go for Raktamokshan. Sciatica pain can apply Raktamokshan. For sciatica means Grudrasi, Raktamokshan is said. Okay, but rather for sciatica, rather to go for Raktamokshan, you can go for Agni Karma. Any contraindications for Jalokavcharan that if ignored can be dangerous? Okay, patient is getting any anticoagulant drugs like aspirin, so you tell the patient to withdraw the blood, withdraw that medicine just 3 days before. Normally these medicines get in platelets, so after Jalokavcharan, Hirudin is in saliva of the Jaloka, it stops the coagulation. If patient is getting aspirin, so there will be the more bleeding, so hence ask patient to stop taking aspirin 3 days prior of procedure. So I think this is the only contraindication for Jalokavcharan. Minimum amount of first sitting to be removed in Siraved. Okay, 30 ml you can remove the blood, but if more blood is getting out, so you should not wait. I personally have removed 300 ml of blood in Siraved. Just you have to take care that 18 ml, 18 number needle should be used, 18 or 20 number needle. In ligament injury, can Jaloka be applied? Yes, you can apply. In ligament injury, either it is acute or chronic, you should apply Jaloka. As I said, if disease is related to Sira or Kandra, you can apply Jalokavcharan. Some doctors do Siravedan to close by vein of varicose vein. What is better? No, no, no. The main intensity of Siravedan is to remove the deoxygenated blood from that varicosities vein. In varicose veins, the elasticity of vein is gone. So if you puncture on that de-elasticity vein, there will be more bleeding. So you have avoid these de-elastic vessels. Just above that varicose, you can do ventilation. Can we apply Jalokavcharan in Samavastha Abhishanda? Okay. For Jalokavcharan, if dosh is in Shakha, there is no need of Samavastha of Niramavastha. Whenever there is a dosh in Koshtha, you can think of Samavastha or Niramavastha. But whenever Dushit Rakta is in Shakha, there is no need of thinking of Samavastha or Niramavastha. Same like Agni Karma, when you do Agni Karma, there is no need of too much thinking of Samavastha or Niramavastha. Jalokavcharan will act same as Samavastha or Niramavastha. How can we recognize the Dushti according to color of removed blood? Okay, it is very well said in Sushruta Samhita and Ashtanga Hridaya that if blood is vitiated by Vata, how quality of blood will be Pitta and Rakta, Sansarjit Rakta or Anpat Rakta. The quantity and quality of blood, removed blood, it is very well texted in Samhitas, so you can go for it. हाउ कैन सर वेरिकोज वेन्स में कहाँ जलोका लगानी चाहिए? As varicosity, Jaloka Charan, there are varicose veins complications are there. That means varicose vein ulcers, deep ulcers, there will be Vrana. So to contraindicate that, we apply Jaloka Charan in varicose veins. So in varicose veins, nearby that tortuous vein, nearby, I'm not talking on that tortuous veins, near to tortuous veins, you can apply Jaloka. After Snehapan on 4th day before Jaloka Charan, do we have to give any sweet to patient? After, no. In Jaloka Charan, there is no need of Snehapan. If again I am saying, for only Siraved, you can go for Snehapan. For Jaloka Charan, there is no need of Snehapan. And if you want to give sweet post pre-op Siraved, better to go post-op Siraved. You can give Madhur. कभी कभी वेरिकोज वेन्स में जलोका से नॉन हीलिंग अल्सर हो जाते हैं. ओके, द पेशेंट इज डायबिटिक और you are very much towards tortuous veins, the healing will be delayed. So keeping these tortuous vein in mind, you should avoid these tortuous veins. You should apply Jaloka nearby these tortuous veins, but not on actual site of tortuous vein. After application of Jaloka, if patient develop Kandu after 1 day, then what should be done? Okay, you should know the actual Kandu. If you apply the Jaloka, within 5 minutes, patient is saying that itching is there, then that itching is because of Jaloka. After 30 minutes, if patient saying that, sir, I am getting coming of Kandu, means each now taking normal blood, then you have to remove the Jaloka. So the timing is very much important. Immediately after applying leech, patient is suffering from Kandu, means Savisha Jaloka is poisonous leech is applied. If patient is saying after 30 minutes, sir, I am getting itching, means leech has removed poisonous blood and now leech is getting normal blood. So you have to stop that thing. So if patient is saying that after 1 day that Kandu is there, you should apply Shatadhauta Ghruta on that. Because if Vrana is Ruhyaman, normally Kandu will be there. In Ruhyaman Vrana, when any injury is getting healed, you will see the normal symptom of Kandu. डायबिटीज पेशेंट में जलोका लगा सकते हैं क्या? लगा सकते हैं. इन डायबिटिक फूड यू कैन अप्लाई जलोका इन सुश्रुत चिकित्सा स्थान 12th अध्याय, सुश्रुत चिकित्सा 12th अध्याय, सिरा रक्तमोक्षण, the word is there for diabetic ulcers, but in Dallan Tika it is said don't go for Jaloka, go for Siraved, as Dallan stated that Ati Vyapulatvat means more area is covered, hence go for Siravedan, not for Jaloka. Jaloka will consider only few area, means around 5 to 10 ml or 5 to 10 centimeter area be covered. So in diabetes, to avoid diabetic ulcer or after diabetic ulcer, you can go for Jaloka, but better to go for Siraved. In diabetes, wound healing process is slow, but you can apply the Jaloka. Okay, so main indication is in diabetic ulcer or any diabetic infection, you go for Jaloka, but you should tell the patient that healing will be slow. I think this is the last question I have taken on 111. So I conclude my lecture here. I thank organizers of the Ayurveda that they have given me opportunity to say about some few things. Thank you very much.